From the desert's news leader, this is Breaking News.
But I'm here really in the spirit of gratitude, respect, and moreover admiration. What this county has done, no other county in the state had done. You were first to advance the cause of equity.
Good afternoon to you. I'm Angela Chen with breaking news today at noon. Governor Gavin Newsom has left the Coachella Valley after visiting a farm worker vaccination clinic in Coachella. News Channel 3's Madison Weil has been live covering today's event since this morning. We will get to her in just a minute. Now, Governor Newsom took a tour inside the mobile vaccine clinic in Coachella a short time ago. The governor says Riverside County was the first in the state to begin vaccinating farm workers through an innovative model. The county has been registering farm workers in the field for upcoming vaccine pop-ups and working with local organizations to conduct education efforts.
Today, those who work in the fields, those who work in our restaurants, those who handle food, our grocery stores, have disproportionately seen the brunt of COVID-19.
Now, the governor was joined today by local organizations like TODEC and various local leaders from the Coachella Valley, including Congressman Dr. Raul Ruiz, Supervisor Manuel Perez, Assemblyman Eduardo Garcia, the mayor of Coachella, Stephen Hernandez, and health officials from the county.
Well, we're very happy and proud of the fact that our governor, Governor Newsom, came to visit us here in the city of Coachella on the east end.
We have to be able to, set up mobile vaccination sites. We have to work with the county to make sure that we're delivering those resources to the people that could at least afford to miss a day of work.
Now, this news conference highlighted the need for farm workers to get vaccinated because of their higher risk. News Channel 3's Madison Weil joins us live now from Coachella with the very latest from our local leaders who attended. Madison.
Angela, good afternoon. That's right. We're just outside of the agricultural facility where this all happened. And you just heard from Governor Newsom himself at the top of the show. His focus here today was really praising and recognizing the model that's been implemented here in the East Valley when it comes to vaccinating our farm workers. And this is something that we've been covering for the last few weeks, the effort to vaccinate farm workers at the places where they work. And that's exactly what happened here this morning. And I just spoke with some of our local elected leaders who were inside. They say it's been incredible to see all of these different local organizations coming together, finding ways to bring these vaccines to some of the most vulnerable in our community. These farm and agricultural workers. Our local leaders spoke with Newsom. They say one of the biggest takeaways from this morning is that Newsom is now considering using the East Coachella Valley as an example for other places across the state, trying to make vaccines accessible to everyone.
Well, we're very happy and proud of the fact that our governor, Governor Newsom, came to visit us here in the city of Coachella on the east end.
We have to be able to, set up mobile vaccination sites. We have to work with the county to make sure that we're delivering those resources to the people that could at least afford to miss a day of work.
Now back here on the outside of this agricultural facility, some protesters also gathered this morning expressing their disapproval of the governor and how the pandemic and vaccination rollout has been handled so far. Now, if you missed the governor's visit this morning, we're going to have continuing coverage on his visit and everything that happened inside later tonight on News Channel 3 at 5 and 6 o'clock. But for now, live in Coachella, Madison Weil, News Channel 3.
It is a good model, bringing those vaccines to people who are high risk, who might not have the time to get those vaccines. All right, thank you, Madison. One more breaking news today at noon. Conservative talk radio host Rush Limbaugh is dead. Limbaugh's wife made the announcement on his radio show today. He had been battling stage 4 lung cancer since February of last year. The day after his cancer announcement, former President Trump awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Limbaugh began his nationally syndicated conservative political radio show back in 1988. His politics made him a polarizing media figure, but also garnered him millions of loyal listeners. Limbaugh was 70 years old. All right, let's check out our skies right now, see what's going on up there. Here's a look from the News Channel 3 TMO's live sky cam up on Needham Hill. Patrick Evans has a look at your first alert forecast and those gorgeous blue skies.
It is pretty out there. Well, the governor rolled into town. We had to roll out some Chamber of Commerce weather. It is a very pretty day. The winds have backed off significantly, and our temperature Well, it's 69 right now. We're going to warm up another couple of degrees. I think low 70s today, our target high, 15% relative humidity, nice and dry and clear and sunny. Winds are light and variable at this hour, running around 5 miles per hour. So the low that brought us all the gusty winds has tracked well on in. It's moving toward Texas, and for us, fairly calm conditions. But now there is a wind advisory up adjacent to us, which is going to play a role in the next couple of days. So we're going to keep an eye on more gusty winds building in as we head toward the weekend, and it covers the areas immediately adjacent to the Coachella Valley, primarily our mountains and the Inland Empire. Once again, the valley proper is not included in that, but it does mean winds, and likely the strongest winds, coming in on Saturday. We'll take a closer look at that. And as we look ahead, our temperatures this afternoon, after topping out close to 70 degrees, maybe a degree or two above that, will cool off into the 50s and 40s tonight. I've got more on that coming up in your First Alert forecast later on.
All right, thank you, Patrick. Well, we are learning more about a man who was shot and killed by Riverside County Sheriff's deputies in Indian Wells on Monday. The Sheriff's Department says 33-year-old Royce Robertson of Joshua Tree was the suspect who pointed a gun at deputies. Sheriff Chad Bianco says the incident initially started as a heated argument between two drivers in La Quinta. Robertson reportedly went to the other driver with a handgun, asking him if he wanted to die. Robertson was later tracked down, shot and killed at the Desert Horizons Country Club in Indian Wells. Robertson's sister, Demetria, says this was not consistent behavior with her brother.
Not a violent person. My brother was a lot of things. There's nothing. He didn't have a violent bone in his body.
You don't think he would ever shoot someone?
And no, I do not. I absolutely 100% would never think that my brother would do anything like that.
Authorities say they did find a gun at the scene. Robertson says her brother owned Joshua Tree Coffee Company. It's not clear why he ended up in Indian Wells. His sister is waiting for body camera video to be released showing how this incident all unfolded. Well, the Riverside County Sheriff's Department has identified human remains found in a burned out car as those of a missing Coachella man. The remains of 20-year-old Guillermo Jacobo were found near Highway 195 and 70th Avenue. This was on January 24th. Jacobo was reported missing 5 days earlier. Family members say Jacobo said he was taking two men to a bus stop on Airport Boulevard in Thermal at 3 a.m. that day. He was never seen again after that. Riverside County Sheriff's deputies are now investigating his death as a murder. Jacobo's family has set up a GoFundMe page to help pay for his funeral expenses. You can find a link to that at KESQ.com. Well, the Imperial Irrigation District is warning customers of an ongoing scam that's circulating again. The district says scammers are calling and emailing customers posing as IID employees. They are reportedly demanding money or else power will be shut off. Some lead their calls by saying your power is going to be shut off within the next 25 to 45 minutes. That is, of course, not true. IID says if you are the least bit unsure about a phone conversation, hang up and call the company yourself to verify. Coming up next, Joe Biden is pushing to reopen schools kindergarten through 8th grade coming up, while the president plans to safely reopen in-person instruction within the first 100 days. And it's strange to see snow in humid southern cities, but that's what millions of Americans are dealing with as this monstrous storm knocks the power out. We have the latest details. You're watching the Desert's News Leader.
News about vaccines is developing daily, and so are your questions.
Will non-citizens be given the COVID-19 vaccine?
So we're bringing back a panel of experts to answer your newest questions.
Is it looking like we'll have to get the coronavirus vaccine every year?
Email your question to coronavirus@kesq.com.
Thursday at 6:30, we'll answer these questions.